Going out. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
Diablos, nothing.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He's brought down
up from his linebacker spot. Deion Jones making the play.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
on second down now. It's Robinson. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Foles. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And out of bounds right around the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
The kick is good.
And he puts it through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
Diablos 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the option, here's Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into the playbook on their next possession.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget.
Down he goes, back at the 4-yard line. Samson Abuka able to get in there.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. It's Robinson, and that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL...
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
On second down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A gain of 6.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
I was starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football. Knowing full well, he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And Darnold going to keep this himself. Darnold, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Mexico City.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
The kick is good.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense trots back onto the field, and we shine our Madden spotlight on Sam Darnold. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
At the 27-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt.
Take over. First down and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the...
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off there on the 43. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, we dominate tonight.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. This pass complete to Higgins. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Now it's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
4.
Darnold to throw again. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 30-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Diablos 14. Bulldogs 13.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far, 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Robinson. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's Robinson, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Taken down at the 40.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start in the Northeast, an NFC East battle, and a good one between Philadelphia and New York. And as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's the former Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles, with the strong first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. London about set to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
on 2nd and 7. Darnold. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Darnold works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Zeke going to get it on the option. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go. They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter.
16. Diablos 14.
So it's his 3rd field goal now with a ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Robinson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. They'll set up to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Sam Darnold heading back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Faking the give, Darnold. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Derwin James on the coverage.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
29-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
To throw is Darnold.
And 6.
Can't escape, and down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And 10.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Diablos.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There's Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And they'll send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It's spotted right at the 20.
At their own
London about set to take over on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off of play action, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Jackson picks it.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Julian Blackman bringing him down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll run for it with Robinson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Welcome back now here in London. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look, 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Darnold completes it, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now this one complete on the slant route, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
Bulldogs 23, Diablos 14.
Touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Now Foles. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Mexico City.
Here's Foles. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
London about set to take over on offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start with the option.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the option, here's Elliott.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Hey. 1st and 10 at the
Darnold from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And here's Darnold to keep it. Oh, no, they lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster.
Foles pass.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
41-yard line.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now this throw complete to Washington. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And it's third down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The time to pull out the on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
London about set to take over on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
10 at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. They're still tied. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Foles pass.
Dalton Schultz there to make the grab. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
For the extra point.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Foles ready to lead this offense. Down by 2. A minute 39 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaac Yenham picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
A try here for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at 2nd down. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Getting this one up to a couple of times already. One final shot. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head